Recording. For the recording, welcome everyone to our Thursday class, Entrepreneur Mindset with Miss C. Morgan. Um, you guys are in for a treat, so hope everyone's ready to engage, to think out loud, to participate, and to really reflect on, how you uh, handle your mental as you prepare for entrepreneurship, for business, right? And everything that it will take to be successful. So with that, I hand over to you, Miss C.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening. So let me see the chat, how you guys are feeling today. Oh, I hope you feel better, Michael. I see good. I see good. It is a Thursday, almost the end of the week. Almost the end of the week. So you guys got one more. You have your Freedom Friday, I say, before you walk into the weekend. All right. Well, as Mr. JR said, I am Miss C. I love teaching the youth. My background is entrepreneur mindset. I actually do leadership organization, which I do train. And I train the youth also in another business entrepreneurship class. Also, my background actually is in nursing and mental health. So anything mental health that can move you, and even doing I do self coaching for you, professional, and life coaching, what I also do too. So this is something that I love doing. And anytime for today, you guys have questions, let me know. We'll come off chat or come off mute or put in a chat and let me know. You guys have any questions that are going through. I know today is going to be a little shorter because of the internship meeting. I know some of you that want to join to that, but also today at the end, you guys also have the Mentimeter. So you have that and the survey for someone. Make sure you guys have time to complete that. And then I will also have an assessment for you guys to complete too. Does that sound fair? All right, I see your heads nods. All right, let me get in and get started. I'm not sure what part you guys see. What part do you guys see right now?
We see your whole screen.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. All right, try to move stuff out
We
out
see
the
a full
way.
screen now.
Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm spoiled by 2 screens and I'm down to 1 right now. So actually we have 3, so I'm down to my 1 right now. Right now. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about entrepreneur mindset. We're going to define it. We're going to do some activities. We're going to apply it. We're going to talk about fixed and growth mindset. We're going to go overview of a subconscious and conscious mind. We're going to describe some elements I'm going to do with you guys to see what your preferred behavioral preference is for that. And then actually we're going to do some strategies, talk about some obstacles, and then the thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up your entrepreneur mindset by some activities with you guys today. So one thing that I love to do is, I know you guys a lot, so I want you to tell me one word that describes who you are today.
Could you explain more, please?
What's one word that describes you? If you had to describe yourself, what's one word that describes you?
Dreamer.
Okay. All right, Jaslyn.
Creative.
All right, Nana.
I'd say like creative or hardworking.
Okay, good. Thank you. Nicole, Chen.
I would say friendly.
All right. Sharia,
Independent.
it's a good one. Liv?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, what's one word that describes you?
Mature.
Okay, thank you. BJ?
A bit childish.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I said I'm a bit childish.
Okay. It's good to have a child's heart, child's imagination also. All right, in Harlem.
Hardworking.
All right. Those are all things actually needed, even during entrepreneurship, especially having for your mind that you have. All right, so some keys with the entrepreneurial mindset. So basically what we have, the basic thing is having that open mindset that you have. It also comes with your beliefs, your attitudes, and your behaviors that you do think. Where are you going, what you're thinking? Because your thinking drives you in everything that you do. If you say you can't do something, you more likely won't, because there's some other factors that we're going to talk about today. For instance, a lot of things is a fear of failure. A lot of times that you will hear, and even in life, a lot of people, especially some things that you guys are doing now, is the public speaking that you guys even do now, and some people fear that more than death. Actually, so by with the stats. So we're defining what to you when you hear entrepreneur mindset. What is it that you hear that you think entrepreneur mindset is? And you come off of mute.
Someone who's not scared of like making mistakes.
True. They might exhibit all the time, but true. Making mistakes, basically, we're taking those risks. Very good. Very good. All right. Naina?
Like someone who's willing to take risk.
Mm-hmm. The other willing to take risk. What else do you see as an entrepreneur? Or say what kind of risk when you're saying not afraid to take risk?
Like if there's like a new idea or like new business, so like willing to step in the market even though it's like hard and like competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing.
All right. Thank you. Very good. BJ, you have your hand raised?
I was gonna say that they're very open-minded and they consider every like new possibility or even old one.
Very good. Very good. Very true. It's good to see those possibilities too. They see the possibilities, as it says, as opportunities. They don't look at it as problems. All right, Liv, I see your hand raised.
I was gonna say somebody who takes financial risks, like or what's it called? Like an engineer.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. And financial risk, sometimes you guys like you talked about yesterday, Mr. TJ, is like what risk you want to take when you're investing your money, and other things he was investing in yourself, and that's where this comes in too. So you are constantly, it says, learning and adapting to the things that you're doing every day. And when it's just you as a team, it's very tiresome. First, when you start out, when you don't have a team to build. And one thing with the cognitive aspect, when you see your cognitive processes, and I don't know if you guys even know what the cognitive or cognition means, it's just how you think. Where do you see yourself when you're doing it? It's a different way, thinking outside the box. I love thinking outside the box because it doesn't go along with traditional. Just like sometimes some people say, I've always done it this way. So just because you've done it that way doesn't mean it always works that way a lot of times. And entrepreneurs, like when you guys said, being creative, you need to be creative sometimes, especially when you're with your competitors that you guys done in your value propositions and your business plans. What makes you stand out? What risk can you take that will make you comfortable doing a bit, also that will also move your business along, or even your idea if you don't even have your business completely what you need. So it's different aspects as you want to see where you are at and where you're going. So one thing I love is the fixed mindset. And just like we talked about the fear of failure. As fear makes you stand still. So it limits you to where you're at. So it hinders your personal and professional growth sometimes when you let that fear, let's say the fear of fear holds you back. Can you guys think of some times and come off of mute? Someone come off of mute and tell me a time where maybe fear held you back, that fear of failure or fear of making mistake.
I remember when I was a kid, I saw
Mhm.
my friends, they were able to do like backflips on the trampoline, and I got scared I was gonna break my neck. So I like did it.
I would think that too. About breaking my back would be one for me. All right, someone else. Where has fear held you back in that fixed mindset?
I was gonna enter into an art contest, but I got too scared of like my competitors being more advanced and skill than me, so I just didn't do it. I could have won like a gift card for like $50.
You know, I'm glad you said it. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate that. Doing when you're starting in entrepreneurship, that fear of not knowing your worth sometimes, or you don't have maybe as much experience as everyone else, that will. And I can say, but the one thing that I can say to you is use that feel fair as a boost, or you doing, at least you growing for that opportunity that you, like you said, Jasmine, you could have won that if you would have set that aside. One thing is, let's just go. The problem what they say, and the regret that you'll have is, the regret of even doing. You don't know if you would have been succeeded or if you didn't succeed. So avoiding it, that comes with that failure part, you tend to look at the situations with a more daunting look at it is what you do, because your thought of I'm not good enough, the thought of I don't know as much as they do it, and it impacts you in such a way that you freeze a lot of times, or anxiety or your nerves. I think the most unique thing is it's yourself, because no one is like you. To listen to your ideas and things that you guys want to do, that makes you so unique, especially the ways you want to do it. Like you were speaking about Jasmine with the Cat Cafe, doing the agency, the marketing agency that she want to do, doing especially the gear for the woman with the motorcycle apparel. Those are things that's gonna make you stand out because your passion behind it. What I want to do is just put you guys in a breakout room when I do for just about a minute. I would like you to write one statement, a fixed mindset statement that relates to your business that may be holding you back. What statement can you say? And create.
You want me to do it? The breakout rooms, Missy?
Yes, please.
Sure.
2 to a room is fine, or 5 and 5 is fine. Can't really see how many's on.
Oh, it's gonna be 332.
That's good. Yeah,
Three rooms.
just one statement, about a minute, just one statement.
Okay. All right. Opening them up now.
All right.
I like the feature they added where you could choose not to include the co-host,
Oh, okay.
so that it makes it a little bit quicker, because if we make, let's say, board members co-hosts, you just auto assign, it says, boop, it's just gonna pull the students only.
Gotcha. Quick question. Are we still recording, or is it paused?
But like for mine, I put you can't make band-aids more efficient.
Okay. All right. All right, Harlem, what'd you come up with?
Can you give me a little second?
One more time. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Can you give me a little minute to finish mine?
Yeah, go ahead. No problem. All right, Liv, did you come up with one?
I'm still thinking about mine.
All right. Well, Shreya.
Wait, could you repeat what the statement was supposed to be? Because I might
You
have
guys
gotten it
come up
confused.
Just come up with a fixed mindset statement, maybe something that may be hindering or what you're thinking right now as you're talking about your business. So you wanted,
Mm,
Freya, were you the one that wanted to do the motorcycle gear
yeah.
for the females? Okay, by you doing that, what is something maybe that maybe you be thinking in a negative light or a fixed mindset light?
Well, I don't know if this is what you mean, but I pushed away the business idea for a while because it's really risky and I have no idea if I will succeed in it or not.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. Not what makes you think you can't succeed, you won't succeed in it, or how it's risky?
Well, I mean, it's entrepreneurship. The whole thing is risky. So
Oh, I see. I see.
yeah.
Actually, okay. That's a fair statement for that. But one thing where we'll work on we're gonna have to do the other half of this too. So thank you. Thank you for asking the questions too. All right, Michael, what did you come up with? I'm sorry, you went, Michael. All right, what about you, Nana?
I said if it doesn't work perfectly now, it never will.
Okay. All right, thank you. Now, some of those can hold you back, but I want you guys to stay there. Thank you. Good job. Those are great, actually fixed mindset statements that you gave. Now, on the opposite side of that, with the fixed mindset, we have growth mindset. Growth mindset, where you guys are talking about where you see the opportunity to move, you see opportunities in the problems, you learn from it. So with the statements that you have, Harlem, did you come up with your statement?
Um, I don't know what you mean by statement, but I would say something that would stop me is like not finding enough clients.
Okay, you can say, I won't find enough clients. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just things that you think that might hinder you. For the growth, now those statements that you said, make it more like an encouragement statement. What can you, if someone said that to you and you were helping them build their business or working with them, what would you say to them? How could you get them to believe in their abilities and develop through that effort and that learning that you guys have? How could you get them to maybe adapt or encourage them? So that same statement that you guys did, make it a growth one.
For me, I could put there's always room for improvement.
Correct. Now, Shreya, the one that you gave when you said the whole thing of becoming an entrepreneur, and you said it's risky. Before that, what is something maybe that you could say that would encourage even yourself to change that mindset?
No risk, no reward.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And the one thing too and there's actually you're saying how you're saying like with the risk, but there's actually more females buy more than males, actually, and also there's more females in the population that actually can give into that. So even looking at that, is there something else that might be holding you back, or you're thinking just the whole entrepreneurship thing? Is it because you're by yourself? Do you think doing it, the entrepreneurship, that might hold you back?
Yeah, mainly that.
And that's one thing I want to work with you guys pretty soon is like developing that team. And you can, believe me, being a serial entrepreneur as myself, doing real estate, doing coaching, consulting, and also, teaching, especially with different organizations, it can feel that way. I will say one thing that helped me is like I was speaking to you guys is just realize the world is waiting for you and your gift and your vision. That's the other thing with the growth mindset. No one sees what you see. No one knows the needs that you may see, especially when you guys adapt it to your business model that you have. You have to believe that you can do it. Because if you're going to believe you can't, you won't, like I said, and you believe you can, you will. But also, I would look into maybe any bike or motorcycle clubs and say maybe what they think, or what do you think that stands out as a female in your product that you're thinking of, Shreya? What do you think that a female would like? What is something that you would like to see them in?
Gear that looks good, like that has some style to it.
Oh yeah, I just see the basic black vest on usually what I usually see a lot of times. And then your style. So what style would you like to see? Or is there certain colors? Is there a certain color that you would like to just put that knowing that's yours, or would you still make it black with some different vibrant colors?
Well, I would do some research, find out what people want, and then go from there.
And it is about what they want, but something that make you uniquely you. Like, are there any favorite colors that you like? Because that's like looking at your branding.
Um, I like red and purple, but for branding, I'd probably do something a little bit faith-based.
Okay. All right. Oh, people loved, the sayings that go with them, the scriptures and different things for that. So good. Thank you. Appreciate that. So the thing with is having that growth mindset that moves you forward and have persistence as you guys sit and learn. The fix is what keeps us stagnant. The growth is allows openness of the mind, and it actually moves to progress you as you move along. And it's every day. Now there are days I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There are days where I have felt like, just giving up. It's too much, it's overwhelming as an entrepreneur, someone moving. You're gonna feel those days. But I think it's just saying, okay, what am I learning right now? Why am I truly feeling this way? Is it more inside of me? Is it more that I'm being fearful of it, or am I feeling that I'm not worth it right now, or is it just I can't do it? Things I want you guys to think about too as we look at it, especially when I talk to you, especially in the subconscious mind. The subconscious is the bottom part. Have you guys heard of subconscious mindset before? All right. Thank you. So, subconscious mind is the under. I look at even sub means under. It's just what it is. And we store so much. We actually, sometimes you don't want people to see us, even though we are in fear of things like that. We store our beliefs and our past experiences, and that helps happen. So if something didn't work, our mind is going to say, oh, this didn't work. So let's not do it again. Let's stay safe. But when you're in the entrepreneurial mindset of it, like you guys are saying, that risk taking, what do you want to risk right now? And of course, you have to do research, but when you're starting to feel that way of not want to take that risk, what is it actually? That's like I love the subconscious mind, because you actually train it to do that. It's always working, it's always moving, and it influences your decision making that you have a lot of times, and your intuition, that gut feeling. But it actually, which I love in the entrepreneurial mindset, that's why how it shapes your problem solving. It makes you think, like I said, out the box. It's how you approach it. Or sometimes, have you ever heard yourself say, I would have did it differently this way. I would have done it differently that way. That actually helps you keep fostering, to keep thinking, keeps you moving out of it, and your energy and the passion that you actually would have more for it. Now, on the opposite of the subconscious mind is your conscious mind. And this is tapping into it. It's actually interesting with the conscious mind, because this thing has your thoughts, your feelings, and everything that you're doing. It's actually responsible. It's like your five senses that you have. Everything that you're putting out there is taking it right then in that moment. It was your subconscious keeps it there for a long time. And it's like, what are we going to focus on? Where are we going to put our energy and our positive thoughts and moving? So you have to be self-aware. As we know, you guys did your business model, your value propositions is, where are your strengths at? What do you see that you can do well, versus when you're looking in your SWOTs, the threats of other people. What are they offering maybe that you're not offering for them? As we talked to you guys about that goal setting, the goal setting, I like to say milestones, because sometimes when you set your goals and you don't meet it, you get a little discouraged with those. It's like, sometimes we make them too high, and it goes above and over our standards that we have. And it's like, well, we don't want to do it again. We don't want to move forward anymore. So what are we going to do when we go to the decision making on it? Sometimes that makes us want to quit and want to stop and doing it. Have you guys experienced that even sometime this week? What did you guys have work this week? You guys have any tests that you had this week? What have you had this week?
Like, for what?
What have you had? Maybe you've had these thoughts when you know your strength, but maybe you have a test and you're like, oh, what if I forget? What if I forget the information? Your nervousness or anxiety might go into, or just some people have test anxiety on it. Have you guys had any exams this week?
Not
Or even
yet, but I have to take my SAT.
Say again, Jaslyn?
I said it's not yet, but I have to take my SAT on Saturday.
Oh yeah, that should put it up. So what are your thoughts of taking the SAT? What do you tell yourself?
I'm scared.
And what's making you scared?
It's mostly the math section,
Mm,
because I'm not really strong in that sense.
okay. Now change that. I'm not really strong in that sense to a growth mindset statement.
My practice is improving my score.
Very good. Very good for doing it off the cuff. Very, very good. Math can be. Do you have a score that you have set on, as in the goal setting party here? Do you have a score that you're set that you want to achieve and get right now?
Overall maybe a 1300.
Okay. So then that adds to you thinking that you may not do well because you have your standard of that 1300. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Now looking at it, that helps reframe your mind is you'll have another time to take this. Is that correct? Another
Yes.
opportunity. And that helps too. I know I know we want to get the score and take it one time, a lot of times, but that reframing is like, I'm going to have another chance to take it, but I'm going to do my best now.
Mhm.
And giving yourself that confidence that actually will come with that. Are you guys okay on growth and fixed mindset of understanding what that is? I see thumbs up. I see head nods. All right. Now, this is just a visual aspect of it for the conscious and subconscious mind. Like I was saying, the subconscious, there's so much more. We only let them see the tip, which is the conscious, the part of that we let people see a lot of times. But when we have our values and our habits that actually thrive us, especially if we know faith, and I love fear and beliefs, I think those are one of the two biggest things is the fear and the belief that drives us a lot of times in our mindset
Trey,
that actually keeps us from moving
hey Google,
in the feelings
broadcast a
a lot
message.
of times. That doesn't help a lot of times either when we have those. So in a perception of self, how do you see yourself? So when you guys look in the mirror, how do you see yourself? You can just come by, it doesn't have to be a long sentence, just be a quick word. How do you see yourself?
A work in progress.
Oh yeah, I say that daily. Work in progress, especially when I don't say I make mistakes. I say I take mistakes. What I like to say, and if I didn't do something that I wanted, I always say, yes, Michael, thank you. I am a work in progress. Very good. What's another statement you guys have? When you look in the mirror.
I say I see how far I've come.
Very good. Very good. And one more. Nicole?
I'm gonna be really honest. I just look at myself and I just go on with my day.
What about that? What is something that you say to yourself to empower yourself?
You can do it.
Very good. That's fair. That's fair to say you can do it. It doesn't have to be in the mirror, but something that you just uplift yourself about. And with the conscious aspect is that comes with, like I said, communicating. It's the outside world. What is the world, outside world communicating to you when you're in their conscious and that your conscious and your subconscious mind? So now we have the characteristics of the entrepreneur thinking with those. So you have problem solving. And it's like you said, what do you do in your, like you guys in your business models? What problem are you solving? What pain point are you trying to help people with? So what pain point are you guys trying to fix or alleviate, more or less, those opportunities? Live?
Sorry, I'm helping my mom with
Not a problem. All right, Jaslyn, what pain point are you trying to solve with your cat cafe?
Basically relieve people's stress and give them a spot to hang out to get away from like the daily stresses of life.
Mm-hmm. All right, and when in the communication aspect, Nana, how are you helping that in yours? The communication, your target customer, your audience.
It easier for them, like their lives, I guess.
Say again.
Like making it easier for them to organize their chords.
Mm-hmm. Can that be aggravating sometimes with the courts? What is your biggest aggravation with the courts that actually gave you wanting to solve that pain point for you?
Like it's just get all like messy and tangled that it takes like long time trying to untangle it, and then when you need to charge your phone it's just like way too long and it's annoying.
Yeah, I usually end up knocking something down or something falls. I'm trying to untangle. So yeah, I'm looking forward to untangling the cords. Very much so, very much so with those. The other thing is what I love to hear, what about resilience? You know, the setbacks. How do you see that you're going to be able to do that? Being persistent when something happens. That is something that is going to come up. I want you to look at resilience as something positive when you do that, because they're learning, like we said, your learning aspects, your learning opportunities that you're going through as you're moving forward with those. And you're going to want to say, which road do I take? What's the best decision, especially in the decision-making aspect of it, is this the best decision for me to make? I want you to understand what the resilience aspect is. It is the best decision that you're doing right now. You can always go back and change it, and it can move on. And it's how you pivot and that adaptability when it's not working the way you want it to be. So you're thriving. You have to adjust your plans. So what do you think in the while you're making your plans and how it can change? What will make you change your plan and make you pivot in your business?
Could you repeat that?
What will make you move or pivot in your business that you're going to have to adapt to? What do you think will change?
Like, what do you mean by change and pivot?
Sometimes the need, the environment might change, the people's wants might change, or you might have to modify. You might have to modify your product. How are you going to adapt? Is what I'm asking.
I'm gonna try to make my product cheaper, and try to sell it, like try to make it the prices more competitive.
Okay. All right. What about you, Harlem? Since you want to do a luxury detailing, what about you? How will you adapt? All right, BJ, how are you adapting yours?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the question?
How are you adapting your business, and how are you changed with adaptability? If your plans change while you're developing your business, how will you adapt?
By paying attention to where customers are directing their attention, and see if you could redirect it back to like what you're really planning, or just follow the flow of where your customers are going. Like maybe change something that would bring your customers over, or just take a whole new approach.
And sometimes it's gonna feel like you're starting over. It's not so much starting over, it's just pivoting to the needs and filling those pain points of your clients that you actually have. So these are the things I was telling you about your preferred behavior styles. You have analytical, you have expressive, steady, and driver. What I want to do is I want to actually put the link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. What I'm gonna do, and I want you guys to do that. It should take about maybe 15 minutes for you to do it. I don't want you to overthink it. So I'm gonna put in the chat. Let me know if it works for you. This is going to give you an idea of where you are in those four that I mentioned. So analytical they love details. But this should, like I said, should take you about 15 minutes. Go ahead and complete that. And when you're done with it, can you put a D in a chat so I know, please? And if you're having issues with it, with the link, please also let me know.